codenamed Gamma, and in this segment we're going to be showing you how to upgrade your Xbox hard drive to a larger one. Now, some of the things you're going to need to do this are, of course, the soft-modded Xbox, a Windows-based PC with a CD or DVD writer, and a home network that you should already have your Xbox and your PC connected. Now, if you have all this stuff done, let's go ahead and get to the guide. Okay, some tools you're going to need to do this are Xbox hard drive maker, so check the show notes for that, Torque 10 and Torque 20 bits, and a normal screwdriver set, and a good knowledge of PC maintenance. I'm just going to run through these real quickly. You can go ahead and pause whenever you want to read these. And now go ahead and check your Xbox dashboard, and make sure you have an IP address. If you don't have an IP address, you can go into settings and network and fiddle around with it and set your IP address manually or get one from the DNS. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to FTP into our Xbox through the 192.168.2.3 is my Xbox. And the username is going to be Xbox, and the password is always going to be Xbox. So we're going to go and connect, and as you can see I have C, D, and E. You probably won't have F or G yet, but don't worry about it. Now we're going to go ahead and make a backup of drives C and E, so go ahead and go someplace where you know there's space. Create a folder called Xbox Backup, or whatever you want to call it. It'd be good to date them, you know, if you have a lot of backups or if you plan to do this a lot for the people's Xboxes. And you just want to drag the C drive, let it copy, and then do the same thing to E. Okay, once it's done, we want to go ahead and exit Flash FXP and go ahead and open up our Xbox hard drive maker. There's a folder called Linux in there. We want to go and open that up, and as you can see there's a C and E and then an EEPROM folder. So what we want to do is go ahead and move the contents of C over into the C folder. Just drag it in there. And then open up E and do almost the same thing, except we only want the dashboard folder and the BIOS LD folder. Let it copy. And that's all we need from this drive right now. Later we're going to restore its contents back onto the new drive. But that's it for now. Now go ahead and go back and go into the go ahead and go to the EEPROM folder and then copy over your EEPROM.bin and your hard drive info. You don't have to copy the hard drive info, I just do. And now you want to go ahead and go back and then run ISO or make ISO win, and it's going to make your new Linux ISO. Once it's done, you want to go ahead and burn linux.iso using DVD Decryptor or Nero or your favorite burning program. Okay, now we're going to go over a little bit about the Xbox Hard Drive Maker. Again, you can pause this at any time so you can read these slides. But basically, you know, the Xbox hard drives are in the FATX file format and are locked to a custom key that's in the EEPROM that you just copied. So what Xbox Hard Drive Maker does is it actually reads that EEPROM and then generates a key based on that EEPROM that will be able to be unlocked by that Xbox. And go ahead and pull out your primary master, or go ahead and connect the new primary master that's going to be your new Xbox hard drive, and connect that to a PC. Make sure it's primary master. Connect a CD-ROM or DVD-ROM to the secondary master, and go ahead and boot off the Linux DVD. And we'll see how that works out. Okay, now we're booting our PC. And of course we want to boot from CD. And we want to go into one VGA console. And it might ask you about the video mode, just press space. And then we want to go ahead and type Xbox HD. And then type yes. Then we want to go ahead and press 1, build a new Xbox hard drive from scratch. And then it's going to run through this little script. And it's going to tell you, okay, well, there's stuff on the drive. You want to format it? Yes. Make sure you type out yes or no, otherwise the script will fail. It's going to go, okay, well, you also have a drive F. Do you want to partition this? Yes. And if you have a huge drive, like over 120, it will ask you about drive G. You want to go ahead and say yes to that also. And then it says searching for files. You want to go ahead and copy your stuff that you put on the CD to drive C. You want to go yes to that. And let it copy. And now you want to go ahead and do the same thing to drive E and copy over your dashboard. And then it's going to build your F and your G, and it's just going to format those and build them. So now we want to go ahead and quit. And reboot our computer here. And again, we're going to go ahead and boot from the CD. And this time we're going to press 3 Linux with locking and unlocking utilities. And press space again if it asks. And it's going to boot Linux. The lovable penguin. And now we're going to go ahead and type lock HD -A. And press enter. And then it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to lock the drive? You want to type yes. And it's done. Now you can go ahead and turn off your PC and go ahead and stick that drive into Windows or into your Xbox and then FTP to it. Now you want to go ahead and go and see that your Xbox does boot, and then FTP to it, and now we're going to copy over your backup stuff that you just did before. So go back to where you had it, and just open it up. Open up E, and then just drag everything over. And then if you have F, we want to go ahead and make folders. We want to make one called Apps. We want to make one called Music. And we want to make one called Movies. Now then, we're going to go ahead and copy over a movie. So we're going to go into the Movies folder. And I'm going to go to where I have my copies of BSOD. And of course, these can be any AVI files or any media files that are played by the Xbox Media Center. And just drag it over and let it copy. And that's it, it's on your hard drive. Now you're done right now if you have a small hard drive that doesn't have a drive G partition. If not, you're going to have to boot into your softmod again. Of course, the usual Splinter Cell or whatever other exploit you used. A lot of people use MechAssault, which I found kind of interesting, but you want to boot them all the same way. Go ahead and load the Linux profile, and it's going to load Unleashed X. Now, if you go ahead and go to Settings, you should, and you can go ahead and mess around with the network settings, but you want to go ahead and get an IP address. That is your main goal, and make sure to do reset network and reset FTP to refresh those network settings and to get it working. Now you're going to FTP in there, and now you should see your drive G folder. And you want to do the same thing like we did to F just a moment ago. Apps, Music, Movies. And this time you actually have to copy something in there. So I'm going to do episode 2. Now for some reason it's a bug in Xbox Media Center that it doesn't like to see drive G. This is really the only way I've found to make it work, so as long as there's something on the drive, it'll say, oh yeah, well, the partition's here. And now we're done with everything. So you should be in Xbox Media Center now. And, well, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the guide. Let us know how it went on IRC and the forums. Make sure to check the show notes. This has been Codename Gamma, and enjoy yourselves. Also, make sure to visit codenamegamma.com for this guide and many others that are written.